Welcome to Dogsplainin, where we break down what your dog is really trying to tell you. I'm Dana, a canine coach and holistic wellness specialist focused on nutrition, energy work, and essential oils. I'm on a mission for your dog to eat better, feel better, and live longer.
And I'm Angela. I'm your 456 wellness and behavior coach, focusing on helping you understand the connection between 4 paws, 5 elements, and 6 fun tricks.
We're here to help you connect the dots behavior, food, health, and everything in between with honest conversations and straight talking guidance.
If you're ready to get past the noise and actually understand your dog's needs, you need to know you're in the right place. Oh, I did that wrong. Let me start over. If you're ready to,
Oh,
if
hi,
you're ready
everybody.
to
It's
get
Dana
past
and
the noise
Angela.
and actually
Hello.
understand your dog needs you to
And
know you're in the
we are
right
trying to
place.
resume our Dogsplainin series. I think we're pretty inconsistent about our schedule, but we're trying to do better.
Well, the holidays are a little nuts for everyone,
We
especially
live in
here.
the dog world, and you never know what's going to happen on a
Yes.
Tuesday at 2:00.
Including broken fingers. I received a broken finger over the holidays with all my boarding
What?
dogs. Yeah,
How'd
it's a
you
little.
do that?
I know that folks at home that are listening, just audio, can't see it, but do you see my crooked finger?
No, it doesn't look bad. How'd you do that?
Grabbed dogs by the collar and the dog flipped and
Oh, twisted.
yeah.
Son of a beeswax.
Yep, it felt real good.
Yeah. You don't have it in a splint or anything, though.
Not right now.
Oh,
I still splint it every day and ice it every day.
yeah.
I'm gonna give it a break though. That thing is, I hit myself in the face with it all the time.
Oh, gosh.
I go to scratch something and I forget that it's,
Oh,
on my hand.
so remind me after this. I think it might be wintergreen and definitely copaiba. There may be another one that is really helpful to the healing of bones, an essential oil that's helpful to the healing of bones.
There's a really good homeopathy I've been using.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so yeah. Anyway.
Yep.
All right, so today we are talking about the topic through no fault of their own. And that is basically when and you've all seen it, when you read these posts about a dog that got adopted or purchased or whatever, and then within a matter of days and sometimes minutes, sometimes it's much longer, but you see this post go out that says Fido's back in the rescue through no fault of
his own.
So we kind of want to break down that topic a little bit and talk about what that means and how to avoid it.
Yeah. What's the cryptic meaning behind no fault of their own?
Yeah, because somebody's at fault. And it's probably not the dog, but the question is who. So it's not about bashing anybody. It's just about trying to minimize the frequency with which that sort of thing happens.
Yep.
So I know, Angela, you ran the Merit Pitbull Foundation for a really long time, and I'm sure you saw some of that. So why don't you kick off your thoughts on the topic?
Yeah, so at Merit, and we definitely evolved over the many years that I was on the board there, but a typical rescue dog gets adopted. My feelings are there's a couple things that do and don't happen. There's not full disclosure on an animal's behavior. You have to assume that an animal landed in rescue for a reason. A lot of times it's because of lack of training. That's something that we can easily address. But if you're not upfront with your adopters, with your public audience about that dog's behavior, then they get to their adopted home and they're like, oh, wait, we weren't expecting this behavior. We can't manage this. So there's the disclosure factor. There's also the factor that people see a cute picture and go, that's the dog I want. And they don't ask appropriate questions about said dog before they decide to adopt the dog.
Right.
And the rescues could do a better job of vetting people also. The rescues can always ask more specific questions about each individual dog instead of your standard adoption, application. So those factors definitely play a part into it. But then on the reverse side of it, let's say you do go through all of the precautionary procedures and, are upfront with all information, the dog gets adopted and you don't follow any decompression. And then
That's
you
a
get,
big one. I think
yeah,
people
like,
move way too fast when they take the leash from the foster home or the shelter and walk in the front door and take the leash off and go, welcome home,
yeah.
right?
Well, and the same thing happens there, even when you're talking about getting a dog from a breeder. People
Hmm.
come home and let the dog off the leash and go, "Welcome home. Here's your palace." And they're basically saying, "Do what you want, and I'll fix the problems later."
Right.
You know, if you just kept the leash on for a couple weeks and don't take it off, then you've set the expectation for that dog, and you don't have to go back and fix the issues later, whether it's a rescue dog or a brand new puppy.
And exactly, whether it's an adult or a baby, right?
Yep.
I actually have a blog article on my website that says 9 reasons you should tether your dog in the house. Tether them to you,
Yeah.
right? So people are very reluctant to do that.
I think most people don't realize that the leash is a training tool.
Hmm.
And it's not that I think that, I know that.
Right.
Like most people don't realize that the leash can be used in the house and not just outside of the house. And it is the best training tool you're going to have in your
Exactly.
toolbox.
Yeah. Even if I have a dog that I'm working with on just who has no behavioral issues, and we just start like teaching the place command or obedience, sit, stay, down, stay kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everything you do in the house, that dog's to be on a leash so that
Yeah.
you can follow through, so that there's a way to communicate with them, right? And you're not ready to be off leash for a couple of weeks.
Uh-huh. And what's the number one behavior problem? My dog jumps all over people. Well, guess what? If there's a leash on your dog's not jumping on people or the
Hmm.
counter or, playing couch parkour. Like the
Right.
leash can prevent all of those things from happening.
Yeah. And grandma's antique dining room table is not going to have the legs chewed off if, in fact, the dog is sitting with you at your feet while you watch TV.
It's always puppies and antique furniture. I can't fix the legs, but I can show you how to get your dog to stop chewing
Yep.
on them.
And you could have prevented it in the first place, dear pet parent.
Oh, dogs are expensive in so many ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's definitely multifaceted, like why are adoptions failing? Um, and sometimes you can give all the information in the world to a potential adopter and they don't listen to you. They think, "Oh, well, what do you know? I've raised dogs before. I can do this on my own." Despite the fact that the foster home knows the dog. The dogs,
Hmm.
we had a minimum 30-day hold. So whether the dog had issues, health or behavioral or not, the dog didn't move for 30 days so that we knew something about that dog to pass that information on to the adopter. No,
Right.
you're not going to get that from a shelter. You're not going to get that when you go pick out your puppy from the breeder because you don't have that background information on them. But you still have to take the same precautionary measures to set the dog up for success.
Yeah. And, if we're talking about a breeder, the breeder type matters, right? Like I know somebody who naturally rears puppies, and they are beautifully socialized when they go home, right? I mean, she does everything. And then there are some breeders who will go pick one out of the pen and send it home because you just stroked them a check for $2,500. So big difference in their acclimation to other people, home environment, and so on. It matters who you purchase your puppy from.
Yeah, definitely. I've coached many clients on what to look for, what questions to ask when you're looking at puppies, because
Mm-hmm.
you're not, despite what we want to believe, you're not starting with a blank slate when it comes to puppies.
True.
That puppy is carrying on some emotional and mental issues that the mother could have had.
Well,
You
even the
know,
grandmother, we talk about, what
right.
is it,
Several
seven
generations.
generations
Yep.
of history, and that's true for people as well. We're not coming in as fresh, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed without bringing in some other things.
Yeah, yeah. Too many people get disappointed when they've gotten a dog as a puppy, thinking I can make this dog exactly what I want it to be, and that
Mhm.
doesn't happen because there is some baggage that that puppy has brought with it.
Right, because I mean, there are even like dogs bred for the purpose of service dog work who
Hmm.
fail out. They
Yeah,
can't make it through for whatever reason,
absolutely. Yeah.
So
Hunting dogs. Hunting dogs are bred to have a job and they don't all pass the test.
right.
Yep.
So in that same vein, I think it's important to people to understand, you said we don't adopt because there's a cute puppy, right? We often fall in love with the photograph,
Hmm.
not knowing anything about the breed itself. And
Yep.
interestingly enough, I get a lot more phone calls here locally than I used to about people struggling with border collies or, other herding breeds or just,
Aussies got super popular.
yeah, and
And
just like
everybody
all
was
the,
like, why is my dog nipping my kid? Well,
right. And they don't understand the instinct and the drive or the needs of that breed to have those jobs.
yep.
And if you put a herding breed in a townhouse, right? And you now, as a much more mature adult than you used to be when you raised and had this working breed, there's a miss there. You might love the breed, but it may no longer suit your living arrangement and your lifestyle and your energetic capabilities.
Yeah. Yeah. And environment plays a huge difference in the success of a
Sure,
dog.
absolutely.
Yeah. And even, that's one of the big ones is dogs end up in apartment complexes that need so much more than that physically,
Mhm.
um, and mentally. Then you also have these like really maybe not so physically energetic dogs like your big guardian breeds, but they end up in these small, tight spaces too and have a different set of issues.
Right.
Yeah, it's apartment living is tough.
It really is, right? And it's tough on certain dogs where even the sound sensitivity can be a problem. That there are sight hounds, for example, and they're constantly watching. And
Hmm.
every leaf that blows or every person that walks down the street or whatever is like an alert to them to tell you
Something's
there's
out
something out
there.
there. That's their
Yep,
job. That's
yep,
what they are bred to do.
yep. That's your guardian breeds too. Someone passes the window, you're gonna know.
Mhm. Yeah.
And the
So,
neighbors are gonna know too.
yeah, so this is kind of what we're talking about when we say through no fault of their own. In none of these scenarios has this been a dog issue.
Yep.
It's an environmental or a leadership issue, in my opinion.
Not knowing the dog or
Not setting
not,
them up to
yeah,
guide them appropriately.
not making good decisions to help the
Right.
dog succeed.
Yeah. So, what are some of the things that you all did um, to make those matches better?
Well, we did one of the best things we implemented was the dog can't go anywhere for 30 days. Because even in rescue, you get the cute dog out of the shelter that's got the best pictures, and people want to snag that dog up immediately because it looks cute and they don't know anything about it. So we did the 30-day mandatory hold, and then we also into all of our adoption contracts, we wrote into that contract a 2-week trial period.
Mm-hmm.
So the first 2 weeks of that adoption, you have the opportunity to take our advice on how to acclimate the dog. At the end of the 2 weeks, if you don't feel like things are going to be successful, you have the option to return that dog with a refund.
Mhm.
After those 2 weeks, you assume responsibility and you forfeit your refund. If you keep the dog longer than the 2 weeks, make it official, then after
Right.
that it's your responsibility financially. But that seemed to help because it gave people reassurance that okay, I'm gonna have the opportunity to do what I can to try to make sure this is a good healthy relationship between me and this
Mhm.
dog that we're adopting. So that did help people, I think, where you don't have to commit, like going into the shelter, you're taking that dog home, it's yours.
Right. So in your 30-day hold, that was in the foster home, right?
Correct. Yes.
So when I coach people, and it's interesting, I usually get the call weeks later, not, hey, we're going to get a new dog, help us set it up for success. And I wish I got those phone calls earlier, right?
Yeah.
But in my, we're adopting a new dog guide, I'm like, first of all, they don't need to go anywhere in your home for a couple. I love the 30 days, but at least a couple of weeks. They don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah,
You don't
no.
need to have company come love on them and greet them, right? That's too much too soon. And I even say they don't need to be fully interactive with other dogs in your home straight away.
Mhm.
They need to maybe come in, be behind a baby gate, or certainly have some crate rotation, but have some decompression time, right? Don't just throw them in and say, again, welcome home, let's go do whatever. Certainly take them for walks and that kind of stuff, but they don't need the keys to the kingdom right out of the gate.
No,
They
they
need
need
to
to.
watch and observe and get a clarity of who's who and the energy and all of that that's happening around them.
Well, most importantly, they need to learn to understand and trust the person that's now, owner, the person at the end of the leash. Dog's not going to do for you unless that dog knows they can trust you and they feel safe. And a dog you brought
Right,
home yesterday does not feel that.
right.
So we're
Yeah,
asking we're asking dogs to do a lot for us when we haven't first taught the dog, hey, you can trust me.
yeah. And what the schedule is, and the predictability of that schedule is, and the fact that you disappeared, did you come back? And,
Yeah. Yep.
are there babies crying that they've never heard before? And, all of those things factor in.
Yeah. Our, every adoption included some information on the your basic 2 week decompression period, which
Mm-hmm.
we all know that's not a scientific number. It's a recommended, just take it as it goes idea, philosophy. And also the nothing in life is free philosophy is something that we told all of our adopters about. Please read up on this theory and take it into consideration, as you're acclimating this new dog.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you don't
You,
get
you,
that from a lot of places. Not every rescue or shelter or anywhere is going to give you that type of information to
oh,
help you
no,
succeed.
definitely not. And probably more true with the smaller dogs,
Right.
the
Yeah.
little fluffies.
Oh yeah. The
So,
little Jack Russells.
right. And the weenie dogs and the cute little white fluffies. And yeah.
Yep.
Um, yeah. It needs to be, I started to say kind of like a courtship, right? We don't go out and just say, hey, I'm gonna marry you. I mean, some people do, I guess, but that's not the norm. But we're gonna sort of court and understand. And so there's a little bit of understanding that when we think about the breed, you should understand what that breed's bred to do and who that breed is at their core. But then have have the one-on-ones, right? Versus the company coming over or the we went to the PetSmart the day we came home from the shelter, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Have a lot of those little one-on-ones and make sure that it's we I was thinking about this the other day. You could put any dog, well, almost any dog, because I love all dogs, but I don't like all dogs. But you could bring in a dog and you can instantly fall in love with them, right? You can
Yeah.
just go, oh my God, I love, welcome. But until you show them how to live in your environment and what your lifestyle is, they're taking in a ton of information. And in the absence of the structure and the consistency and the house rules and all those things, they are likely to try and take the lead role from you.
Oh yeah, they're opportunists. They're
Mhm.
dogs.
Yeah,
What makes me happy and safe right now in this moment, that's what I'm going to do.
right.
You know, yeah,
And I think that's especially true when there's another dog in the house, right?
yeah. Oh
So
man,
one of the mistakes I see pretty often is a family who has a small dog and then goes and gets a big one, or vice versa.
yeah.
And sometimes those do not go well at all.
Right. Even if that dog was with a smaller dog in a different home environment, that does not equal the dog's going to be fine with this dog in your
Right.
environment.
So baby gates, crates, all those things are your friend while you figure this out. And
Yeah.
then I've also seen where they're like, Molly Joe just turned 11 years old and she's lazy, she's not as active, and I need the activity and I want the this and the human, I want, or maybe sometimes we'll even say Molly Joe needs a friend, and then they'll go get a puppy and Molly Joe's like, mm-mm. No, thank you. I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
Right. And we don't often stop and think about those things because we come at it from the I want, not what is your household like, and
Yeah.
dogs you already have. Are they even capable of being tolerant and patient with a different energy level or a different age that you've brought into the house?
Yeah.
You know?
Not to uh, not to derail that thought, but getting a dog because, oh, well, my dog's bored and that's why they're getting in trouble. So we're going to go get another dog who's going to mimic the same behaviors of the dog you already have that's not
Mm-hmm.
doing well. So now you have double
True.
trouble.
Because your dog might be a better teacher than you are.
Yes. Yeah, don't go get a new dog to entertain a current dog that's having issues because you didn't fix that issue. You just
Right.
created two dogs that are going to behave the same.
That's exactly right. Yeah, exactly. So, so this is what we mean when we say through no fault of their own. But I do think there are a number of things that everybody involved can be a little more conscientious of when doing the matchmaking.
Yeah.
As the new home, you have to be incredibly realistic about what you're and Harvey's an example of that now, right? So I've never had a dog with seizures until Harvey. And he takes a medication we've changed it now, but it was every 8 hours. And if you missed, there was a strong likelihood of having a big problem,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Because at his size and the medication that he was on, it has a very short shelf life is not the word I'm looking for, but it doesn't,
Metabolic.
yeah, where it doesn't last very long in the
Yeah.
body between
Right.
doses, right? And so if you missed the things that it was controlling, the frequency things that it was controlling, it just stopped because medication wore off. So if your lifestyle is not such that you can be consistent to every 8 hours, then he may not have been the right home for you. And
Yeah.
interesting, you may not have known, sometimes we don't know those things coming in,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Um, so that all of that is a consideration and a factor into how things go sometimes.
Yeah.
But we have to be realistic in our lifestyles. Like I told this lady the other day who called, she's like, I live in so I'm at the beach. So are you, right? But a lot of the places here are condos, townhouses, and high rises. And I'm like, she was looking for a working breed dog, a husky. She's much older than she used to be. And I'm like, how is this dog going to get its exercise? I'm like, a stroll down the beach is enjoyable for you and him, but that's not going to burn it off. That's not going to burn off the kind of energy that most crazy huskies need, you know? And you don't have a yard. to play and run in. You can't let him off leash on the beach. How are we going to do this? And so, long story short, I talked her into a treadmill.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, and you know, I still want you and I to get one of those trucks where you have those runners on it. You know what I'm talking about? Where you put the dog on
Mhm.
the runner and they just run at their own speed. I
Yeah,
love those.
flat mill.
Yeah. We need one of those trucks. But you have to think about, if I can't give them the physical outlet that they need, can I find an alternative like that?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because you can successfully have these breeds
of course,
in small spaces as long as you're prepared for it, as long as you
right,
acknowledge, hey, I'm going to have to go some extra lengths to make this dog happy and healthy.
right. Can
Yeah.
you take an agility course with the Australian Shepherds? Can can you do
Yeah.
that? Would you enjoy that? Because they would, but will you? And God forbid, when whatever that movie was came out with the Malinois and everybody wanted one, and all the trainers are going, no, please,
Right.
please don't.
They haven't really I don't know that we've completely moved past that phase yet.
Right.
Still seeing a lot of them end up in rescue and shelters actually.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I had a
Yeah.
client one time. It was I guess he was a Belgian Mal. I'm trying to remember if that was, I know he was a police working dog, and his owner died. And the wife and the young son, a very young son, wanted to keep the dog. They wanted to take him in and keep him as their own, as part of remembering the man that had passed. This dog, he was going crazy because he no longer had the job, right? He
Was he a
wasn't,
one handler dog or he was okay with the humans?
oh, he loved the humans. He
Okay.
loved them,
Yeah.
but he no longer went to work every day.
Yeah.
He no longer had that training activity and the bite work and all of the stuff that came with how he was trained and that core energy that he had. So, working through all of that, it worked out in the end, but the wife and the son had to really rethink what owning a dog like that meant
Yeah.
and how they were going to work him and handle him and all that. But no, there was never any aggression. He was just bored out of his mind.
That's worse than aggression.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. Anything else to add from the point of view of trying to improve this and prevent those fail? I mean, there's always going to be some that happen. I mean, we go on dates or we meet people at church and we just don't like them. It's just not a match, right?
Exactly.
We don't love everybody. And that's going to happen sometimes. But I think we can do some things that if the adopter gets really real with themselves and real with the foster home and vice versa, that we can mitigate some of these issues.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I wish we could find a way to make the humans more accountable,
Oh,
whether it's
yeah.
the adoption agency or the potential adopter. Just stop saying through no fault of their own. We know it
Right.
wasn't their fault. Somebody say what went wrong.
Whose fault was it? Because somebody's at fault.
Yeah,
And that
what
doesn't,
went
and
wrong
the
so we
fault
know.
means we often say blame or failure. We associate failure with that. And sometimes it is, but just speak candidly, just speak the truth.
Yeah, the next person's not going to know what to do if we don't know what you did wrong
Or what you
because the
weren't
next
willing to
person
do. It
could
may
make
not
the
have
same
been wrong.
mistake.
It just may not have been, I can't give the physical energy that it takes because the dog I adopted is not happy with a stroll through the neighborhood while I chit chat on my phone. He needs a workout, and I can no longer physically do that. When we shift those gears and say, what does this dog need? What is my lifestyle? Then we can get a little more, we can make some improvements.
Yeah. And one thing that we don't talk about enough is a dog's genetic predispositions, whether
Mhm.
it's going to be mental or health wise. Like, are you making sure that you're reviewing those things in your mind before you take a dog home?
Right.
Because a
Well,
lot
and
of
that's,
dogs get,
I mean, we could do a whole nother topic and maybe we'll make a note to do so, but it's like, are you financially prepared when the Great Dane that you have or the Dobie bloats?
yep.
Are you financially prepared when they show up with hip dysplasia?
hmm When
Are
they
you
have horrible
financially
skin
prepared?
issues because they're a
Huh?
white dog. Because
What?
you're a white dog and end up with horrible skin issues. Are you willing to
Exactly. Or
address
your
it?
weenie dog gets IBDD or whatever that is. Or your 15-year-old has chronic kidney disease.
Yep.
They're prepared for those things because those dogs, honestly, that is truly through no fault of their own. And it just wraps me around the axle when they wind up in foster or the shelter because somebody didn't want to deal with it.
Yep.
That's where I get pissed off.
Yeah. Especially the old dogs that get surrendered because now they have health issues and, oh, well, we
Exactly. Or
can't
we got a new
afford this.
puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not get started on,
Oh,
let's not go down that
I need to
rabbit
make
hole.
notes on our topics.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie that being out of rescue for a while now, that's one of the things, not having to deal with those things every day. I sleep so much better.
Mhm.
It's really, really, it's really hard to be on both ends of it, but on the end of the process where you have to decide, do I let this dog go to these people? Because what if I didn't ask the right questions and I send this dog there and they fail because I didn't ask a specific question that should have been asked? Like,
Yeah.
then I have to take responsibility for putting a dog in an inappropriate home. And you think
Yeah.
about that every day, every dog when you send it out. And that happens now with training dogs, like, but most of the dogs, when I send them home, I know what's going to happen at home. So I've tried to help that dog be able to deal with those
Mhm.
situations. But a rescue dog, like, people lie on paper.
Oh, they do. And they'll lie to your face,
Yeah, they'll lie
right?
to your
I
face.
got a whole lot better over the years in terms of interviewing potential clients as to whether I thought they were going to do what it takes or not, especially in the aggression and anxiety cases, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And just laid down the law, play hardball with them. And sometimes I'd say, no, I'm not training you because you're not going to do what it takes. You're not going to do right by this dog. So
Yeah.
I can't help you. I mean, I could, but I know that you, dear human, are going to be the problem. And that's really hard to
Yep.
not help a dog you know you could, that you know could recover if the human would just make some shifts.
Yep. I
Ooh,
think
my
the
blood pressure's boiling.
I know, I know. Um, if I could give advice to anyone that's thinking about getting a new dog, whether it's a rescue dog, getting a new puppy from whatever it is, just regardless, getting a new dog and bring it into to your house, the best advice I can give is talk to a professional first. Ask a trainer to talk to the adoption agency about that particular dog. They're gonna
Mhm.
know what questions to ask. And they're gonna know you first.
Right.
Hopefully, or you could be reaching out to someone that you've not worked with before, but a lot of times it's someone that you know. Because I've guided clients before on, they say we're thinking about getting this dog, and they've asked me to help them pick, like, is
To
this a
do
good
the
dog or
match.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I think that would be a great service to be able to offer.
Yeah. I mean, I know some trainers who do that. And, when we think about puppies, Wendy Volhard created a puppy temperament test that's actually fantastic.
Yeah, I've actually done that test with some of the litters that I
Yeah.
that I whelped. Yep.
Right. And I know, in the service dog space, a lot of times, or when they're choosing a police dog or a drug testing dog or whatever it may be, those temperament tests tell them so much about the puppies that they're choosing. And even making, when you see like people go to the shelter to pick a potential new police dog, for example, it's the temperament and it's the behaviors and it's the response that dog has to certain stimuli that they're trying to evaluate as to whether that's their choice or not. And so all of that can also be applied to the pet home.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
But don't choose a dog based on a cute picture.
cute is not a reason to get a puppy.
It's definitely not. Oh man, some of the cutest ones end up with the worst problems.
And how many times have we said it's a good thing you're cute?
Yep.
It's a good thing you're cute. Yeah. All right. Well, good topic. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate your input. This was really valuable, and I hope that other people will find that to be true as well.
Yeah. And if you're out there listening and you want to talk further, get in touch with either one of us. We can help you make that decision on whether it's the right time to get a new dog, and if it is the right time, what's a good fit for our lifestyle.
And how to do the introduction, how to set it up to succeed.
Yep.
And know that you're not in a hurry. You don't have to do it day one.
Yes. There's nothing wrong with asking for help.
That's right. So,
And that's advice I'll give free.
Exactly. Yeah, of course. So, and you can reach Angela at
456 Canine Coach. That's Canine Coach spelled out CANINECOACH at gmail.com.
456, the numbers 456caninecoach.com.
Yes.
And I am Dana at caninecoach.dog, website caninecoach.dog, DOG. So thank you, everybody. And we hope to see you on the next one, and send us some questions. If you want to join us and tell your story about anything dog related, we're happy to have you.
Yes, we love guests.
Yeah, we haven't had any, but we like them.
Yes.
Maybe this year we'll get us some.
We're gonna have to go on a street campaign and recruit some people to
That's
come
right.
and talk.
That's
with
right.
us.
All right, everybody, have a great day.
Stay warm. Thanks for listening to Dogsplainin. We know you've got a lot of choices when it comes to dog advice. We appreciate you trusting us to keep it honest and helpful.
If today's episode helped you understand your dog's needs more clearly, share it with someone who may also need to hear it. And don't forget to follow or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
For more resources, visit us online or join the conversation in our community. We'll be back soon with more insight into your dog's behavior, health, and wellness. Questions welcome, and we love guests.
Until then, keep listening to Dogsplainin.